Alright, so update on the computer. Believe it or not, I was right. It was in fact the hard drive. I'm using a standard PSU to run this thing thanks to that low cable my mother ordered me. I also managed to upgrade the CPU from a dual core to a quad core. And after around 5 hours of working with this thing, first it wouldn't display anything. I had to cycle power through this thing for like 20 minutes to get to finally display something. After that, I had a weird memory config error. I somehow fixed that in the BIOS. And then for some reason or another, it took me around 3 hours to figure out what was going on. Somehow you can actually turn off the setup ports on the motherboard on this thing. And then I figured out how to turn those back on. After I got everything fixed out in the BIOS, the thing booted up like no problem, and I'm able to run Windows 7, 64-bit, all the drivers, all the updates are installed, everything's in full working order, except I broke the fan blade on my GPU, but the GPU is a piece of junk. And I do plan on eventually upgrading the GPU, and I do plan on getting a proper power supply for this thing, or one of the originals. So the only real thing I have to do to this computer is modify a track system to blow out the hot air from the CPU, because this little plastic shroud here is actually supposed to go here and actually cover it like this, but it restricts the CPU area, so I can't use the shroud anymore. I'll have to end up building a custom shroud to help blow out all the hot air that the heatsink will produce, and I'll end up having like a third cooler fan somewhere in the middle right here where I build a custom track to help blow out the hot air through here and whatnot. But that's not going to happen for a while. But yeah, overall everything's in full working order. I can finally say this computer is working, but since I broke the GPU, I gotta turn the computer off so I can repair it. So let me shut this thing down. So I'll repair the video card off camera. I'm not gonna show how to do that because it's just a simple. I just gotta simply use some super glue on the fan blade. So other than that, today is Saturday. So today I went to my local anime convention. And normally what I'll do on my anime conventions is I'll just roam around with whatever I decide to bring. Maybe my dubstep gun, that VF31 that I made, which I actually did bring. But what I ended up doing was Kazha was in town. So instead of me actually roaming around like normal, I ended up hanging out over at Kazai's booth for the whole practically convention. My dubstep gun was at her booth, playing her music. Everyone was loving it, and I just had my VF31 just on the floor, on the side of the table, out of the way of everyone, and just hanging out with Kaza and the band and whatnot. She's a 3-piece group, and her music's really good and everything and whatnot. And of course, I also have her 3 CDs. Personally, this one and this one are my favorite. Well, actually, all of them are my favorite, but the CD1 and 3 are my personal faves. And yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, I forgot to also mention in this video, I also got 2 things from her today too. I got 2 little keychains. This is one of them. These are actually very new and very well done. So I have one right next to my computer where I work and play video games and whatnot. And I have another one right here where I sleep. And what I'm going to do now is that when I go to build her dubstep gun, which I'm going to be doing, I'm going to do a custom theming for her dubstep gun, and I have to somehow make it really strong and rigid so it can actually survive trips and whatnot. I have to make it to where it can run off wall or run off one battery. I gotta do a custom black and red theme. That's gonna be a little difficult, but it will be feasible. And what else? Oh yeah, when I go back to the convention, I'm gonna have to somehow figure out where I want to put these 2 little keychains on my dubstep gun. So yeah. Overall, I had pretty fun. Overall, I have real. Sorry, I can't speak. Overall, I had real fun at my Miami convention. I had real fun getting this thing up and running. And I may or may not upload that video that I made, like a 2 minute video of my dubstep going over at Kazha's booth and whatnot. I don't think I'll upload it, but I'm not sure. I may just because it's Kazai and she's such a small band. Any Felicity, or how you pronounce it, will do her good, especially considering her songs are really, really good.